Watch what you hear. Radio Gone TV. Sun FM TV would like to welcome the following towns to Top Star Channel 91. Ndola, Kitwe, Luanshya, Mufulira, Kalulushi, Chingola, Chililabombwe, Kapiriamposhi, Kabwe, Lusaka, Kafue, Choma, Mazabuka, Livingston, Chipata, Chinsali, Kasama, Mansa, Solwezi, and Mongu. Feel free to interact with us and let us know where you are watching from. Only on your Top Star Decoders Channel 91, Sun FM TV. Radio Gone Rogue. Radio Gone TV.
Imagine having the financial freedom to live life on your terms. With the ABSA Ultimate Plus account, you can manage your finances, save for the future, and access personal loans. Plus, enjoy travel insurance, a credit card, and retrenchment cover when the unexpected happens. If that's not value, I don't know what is. Let's help you write the next chapter of your ultimate story. Call 5950 to open an Ultimate Plus account today.
Your story matters. ABSA.
Win namamuli 1 million na ABSA. Play your cards right, Muntu Andi, and you could win big. Simply tap or swipe any of your ABSA cards 5 times in a month, and you could be one of 10 lucky winners to take home a cheap 10-pin in monthly prizes or walk away with a grand prize of 250,000 kwacha. Chaliroku, and you cannot afford to not get lucky. Use your ABSA card to enter the draw. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
For in-depth news coverage from across Zambia, local and national news, business, politics, and sports, this is the Sun FM News, brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
The news.
Hello, with the news. My name is Imelda Chukwati. The headlines. The Mokoni Royal Establishment has refuted circulating reports suggesting that this year's traditional ceremony, scheduled for July 25th and 26th, has been postponed or cancelled. The Liquid Petroleum Gas LPG Association has announced a sharp rise in household gas usage across Zambia, with national consumption reaching 14,000 metric tons in 2024. 3 non-governmental organizations have joined forces to launch the Earthworks project, a nationwide initiative aimed at addressing pollution in the Kafue and Lufubu rivers, water sources critical to thousands of Zambians across the Copper Belt and beyond. Eden University Women's Super League champions Zescondola girls have confirmed the signing of defender Esther Muchinga on a 2-year permanent deal.
The news. 88.5 Sun FM.
The details. The Mokoni Royal Establishment has refuted circulating reports suggesting that this year's traditional ceremony, scheduled for July 25th and 26th, has been postponed or cancelled. Following a promotional roadshow in Livingston District, Mokoni Development Trust Chairperson Mopotola Siasiloka addressed the media, stressing that the annual event plays a vital role in celebrating cultural heritage and fostering local development. He noted that the ceremony also serves as a strategic driver for the region's economic advancement. Mr. Siasiloka further revealed that several sponsors have already pledged support for this year's festivities and encouraging development that could spur greater investment in tourism and agriculture sectors across the region.
In the build-up to the highly anticipated Benemukuni traditional annual ceremony of the Tokalea people, a vibrant roadshow was held this morning to reaffirm that the event would take place as scheduled. The roadshows featured captivating displays of music, dances, storytelling, and sacred rituals, offering a glimpse into rich cultural heritage of one of Zambia's most fascinating communities. Chairperson of Benemukuni Development Trust, Mupotola Siasiloka, emphasized that the ceremony is more than just a cultural celebration, as it serves as a strategic platform attracting development to the chiefdom.
Development will come when you are visible to the community at large. So when people know and see that you are doing things towards development, then they can come in and assist you in one way or another. So we have got a number of sponsors for this ceremony to be as successful as it's going to be. So those sponsors, after sponsoring this, they will see what other things they can assist us as a chiefdom.
Meanwhile, chairperson for the media and publicity for Benemukuni traditional ceremony, Basta Tembo, assured the public that the preparations are progressing smoothly and the ceremony will proceed without any interruptions.
We are actually rolling out the activities of the Benemukuni ceremony, which has been rumored that it's cancelled or rescheduled. We are here to show the masses, we are here to show the nation that the Benemukuni ceremony will still take place and is going on as planned on the 25th of July, ending on 26th of July 2025. So we are very much expectant. Our VVIPs, our paramount chiefs are arriving. For your own information, we are also this year having the Emperor Mwatiambu all the way from Congo arriving and joining us on Thursday, coming specifically for the Benemukuni ceremony. So we are here to kickstart the Benemukuni ceremony.
The Benemukuni ceremony remains a major cultural event in Southern Province, drawing investors, tourists, and government stakeholders alike. This year's celebrations are expected to showcase vibrant traditional performances, cultural exhibitions, and community engagement forums aimed at all promoting unity and driving development. Augustine Kapambwe reporting for Sun TV News in Livingstone District, Southern Province.
The Liquid Petroleum Gas LPG Association has announced a sharp rise in household gas usage. We take a break. The Liquid Petroleum Gas LPG Association has announced a sharp rise in household gas usage across Zambia, with national consumption reaching 14,000 metric tons in 2024. Association President Obed Chiluba attributed the increase to the ongoing load-shedding crisis, which has forced many households to turn to alternative energy sources. He disclosed that Lusaka leads the country in gas consumption, accounting for 10,000 metric tons of the total usage. Mr. Chiluba urged Zambians to adopt LPG as a reliable and cost-effective source of energy, citing its affordability and efficiency compared to other options. He also addressed the public concerns regarding safety, assuring citizens that gas remains a safe alternative when used correctly. He called on landlords nationwide to support the adoption of household gas use and refrain from discouraging tenants who wish to make the switch.
What is important is to contain gas. Don't leave it open. Because once you expose it, as long as it's able to find the red hot flame and make it flame, no. So what is important is just to educate our landlords and let them understand that in fact the best, when they are constructing these houses, the best they can do is really just to put these cylinders outside and just know the normal piping and let it go in there, so that whoever tenant comes, if they want to use a gas stove, they can just connect to it, and that will safeguard their property. And like going with the city.
3 non-governmental organizations have joined forces to launch the Earthworks project, a nationwide initiative aimed at addressing pollution in the Kafue and Lufubu rivers' water sources, critical to thousands of Zambians across the Copperbelt and beyond. The Center for Environment Justice, CEJ Futurepreneurs Zambia, and Care for Nature are leading the 6-month campaign, beginning with community engagements in Lufanyama district. The project seeks to document first-hand evidence of environmental damage, raise awareness of pollution's impact, and demand corporate accountability and regulatory reform. CEJ Youth and Children Program Coordinator Daliso Mvula said the initiative responds to mounting concern over regulatory failures, work enforcement, and inadequate corporate responsibility frameworks. She warned that without organized civil society action, affected communities may never see remediation or compensation. Ms. Mvula explained that the Earthworks project aims to move past hearsay and spotlight real experiences, such as dying fish, drying gardens, and contaminated water sources that threaten both livelihoods and public health. She emphasized that community voices will drive advocacy efforts, helping shape policies grounded in reality.
Chakutila Earthworks. So Earthworks ya onfuide at kwadiko Kafue River pollution. Mwa ingile fintum Kafue River FIP isabi ne fitekwa na magarden ya isa ambo kuma efito onfuide kubantu. So efyo ba Earthworks ba landira at okay tukayoko kwine tukaya imoni na fwebene tukonfwe kudi abantu abayikala kudi kwini tukonfwe fwe bayikadida. So echi tuletere pano project ya tuletere pano ya kutira ati Earthworks tubombera pamona ba futurepreneur bachilanda na ba Care for Nature ebo tubomba nabo padi ine project ya tuletere ati Earthworks.
Meanwhile, Futurepreneurs Zambia Executive Director Martin Kampamba stressed the importance of verifying pollution claims and educating citizens about their environmental rights. He said preliminary findings point to telling dam leaks from Sino Metals Limited in Chambishi, with pollutants flowing downstream and affecting residents who rely on river water for farming and daily use. Mr. Kampamba called on local authorities, especially Lufanyama Town Council, to utilize the Constituency Development Fund CDF, specifically its disaster relief component, to install boreholes and improve access to clean water.
Eli chamo kweke, elo nomba fyonse fiye fikosi adimuli chishiba, fyambo kukumkuluka. Fyali pabuka abanenu bambi, amataba. Fyala pita pewa pakati kamataba. bambi nembala lemo badi mino ele fya sendenkan kuya tuwala mutumana utumana na tutuwa sendelela kaidi tutuwa menshi muisa mulufubu uyo mulufubu ivi fya titikira kuisa kuchambishi akampani akale ngele fifi kofingile mulufubu beto kweba Tisino Mine Limited.
And Care for Nature Program Officer Valerie Mulenga Matete added that the organization stands ready to assist affected communities and insists that solutions must be informed by those living with the consequences of environmental damage.
Mfumine kumansa kuliba Care for Nature. Kumansa kuine kwa abana ma offices yesu na tuisa pano kumfwa ama afya mlepita mo pamlando wa misha ya depolluted.
So far, capacity building activities have taken place in Mokombo Ward, including villages such as Kamwesha, Kankonde, Kapata, Mokubo, and Chifumpa. Reports of increased diarrhea cases and fears of long-term health risks underscore the urgent need for national attention. As the Earthworks project gathers momentum, the NGOs are calling on policymakers, environmental regulators, and industry leaders to take decisive action, highlighting that safeguarding Zambia's natural resources is not just a local concern, but a national imperative. A fatal road traffic accident has claimed the life of one woman and left several others injured in a collision involving 3 vehicles on the Great North Road near Isoka District, Muchinga Province. According to Muchinga Province Police Commanding Officer Dennis Mola, the accident occurred on Sunday, 20th July 2025, around 19:30 hours at Chui Village, approximately 3 kilometers south of the Isoka police checkpoint. The crash involved a Toyota Quantum registration AIF 7548, a Mitsubishi Mini Pajero registration BCA 3249, and a stationary DAF truck and trailer registration 120 DFK and T426 DGS. The Mitsubishi Pajero was driven by 49-year-old Elizabeth Mutabali of Boma Compound in Isoka District, who sustained fatal head injuries and was pronounced dead upon arrival at Isoka District Hospital. Her body has since been deposited in the hospital mortuary awaiting post-mortem. 4 passengers in the Pajero were hospitalized with various injuries. Among them are 49-year-old Rose Sinyenga from Muyombe village in Mafinga, who suffered chest pains and facial cuts, 40-year-old Elizabeth Mumba of Sunset Compound in Chief Kafwimbi's area, who complained of a painful shoulder and headaches, 42-year-old Boniface Kafunda of Kawinga village, also in Chief Kafwimbi's area, who sustained a chest and waist pain as well as bleeding from the mouth and nose, and an unidentified male who suffered head injuries and a swollen forehead. The Toyota Quantum was driven by 35-year-old Peter Singogo from Chiwanda village in Isoka district. He sustained chest pains and remains admitted to Isoka District Hospital. The vehicle incurred damage to its windscreen, bumper door, and a side mirror. The stationary DAF truck was found parked on the southbound lane without its driver present. The vehicle had damage to its front headlamp and bumper. Authorities report that the identity of the truck driver remains unknown. Preliminary investigations suggest the Quantum misjudged its distance and collided with the rear of the Mitsubishi Pajero. The Pajero veered off to the left of the road, while the Quantum spun out of control and struck the parked truck before coming to rest. Police have launched an investigation into the accident and are urging drivers nationwide to adhere to speed limits and remain vigilant, particularly on busy routes such as the Great North Road. Smallholder farmers in Zambia are raising concern over delays in this year's maize procurement activities by the Food Reserve Agency, FRA, blaming late funding from the Ministry of Finance. The National Association for Smallholder Farmers in Zambia says the stalled start to the 2024-2025 crop marketing season is not the fault of FRA, but rather the result of delayed disbursement of public funds. NASFA's president, Dr. Frank Kayula, shared these views during an interview with the Sun FM TV News, calling on the public and stakeholders to avoid unfairly criticizing the agency. Dr. Kayula cautioned that the setback could affect FRA's ability to meet its crop purchasing goals, including maize and rice. He doubted the feasibility of reaching the targeted 1 million metric tons of maize, but remained hopeful that Zambia might still achieve a harvest of at least 500,000 metric tons if funds are released soon. He urged the government to act swiftly by allocating the necessary finances to FRA. According to Dr. Kayula, timely support is essential for ensuring that smallholder farmers remain motivated and that the season does not fall short of expectations.
No, it's not FRA. It is Minister of Finance. It means they have not put in some money. FRA will not delay. And with the function that the current board chair has for smallholder farmers, I think that it will be very, very unfair to attribute it to FRA. Because I know his passion. If the money is there, he would have pushed money.
Transport and logistics expert Edison Odita has urged the government to reconsider its decision to introduce a single motor vehicle disc which would consolidate road tax, fitness and insurance details into one. Minister of Transport and Logistics Frank Tayali recently announced that the government will implement the unified disc system in a bid to streamline vehicle compliance and reduce windshield clutter. However, Mr. Odita has expressed concern that the policy may disproportionately affect low-income vehicle owners who could struggle to afford all three services at once. He has appealed to the government to conduct wide-ranging consultations with the key stakeholders, including transport unions, insurance providers, and members of the public, before enforcing the new policy.
Car owners, this move is quite not good because they will have to be to pay a lot of money at once, which is quite very difficult for some of them, and the resultant will be most of these people now will start parking in their cars and then putting pressure on the public transport again.
The Chief of Policy and the Partnerships at Health Learners, Dr. Brian Kayongo, says integrating basic health education into schools is a strategic measure that strengthens Zambia's free education policy. Speaking to the media, Dr. Kayongo stressed that for learners to benefit fully from quality education, their health must be prioritized. He noted that pupils spend most of their time with teachers, making it essential for educators to have basic health knowledge to attend to students' immediate medical needs. Dr. Kayongo explained that the school-based health program has proven effective in keeping children in class even when they experience minor illnesses, assured by the knowledge that their teachers are capable of administering basic care. He further underscored the program's impact on girls, particularly those who begin their menstrual cycles while at school. He said Healthy Learners is helping manage such instances with dignity, ensuring that affected students remain in school rather than feel compelled to drop out.
Reinforces even girl children to actually remain in school. You know that in primary school, this age group that we are targeting, that's the time when some of them start their menstrual activities cycle. So sometimes it happens, it starts without knowing while they are actually in school. That is the time when, if that happens, they can actually visit the health room. If you see the pictures of the health room, there are bed spaces there, the menstrual pads are also part of the package that are actually being provided. The counseling can be provided to these learners. If they have menstrual cramps, stomach pains, there's a painkiller which they can get immediately, and once they feel better, they go back and learn in school. So this is the whole idea, to ensure that our learners remain in school healthy.
Democratic Union DU President Akim Jovo has rebuked the ruling United Party for National Development, claiming the party is out of touch with the will of the Zambian people. Mr. Njovo dismissed recent remarks by UPND Media Director Maximowe, who claimed that there is no opposition in Zambia, arguing that the UPND is merely trying to comfort itself in the face of mounting public dissatisfaction. He said the UPND will not know what will hit them until they have been knocked out of power, just like the biblical tale of David and Goliath. He added that many Zambians have resolved to remove the UPND from office, citing the government's alleged failure to honor campaign promises. He pointed to the continued rise in the cost of living, fuel prices and meal prices as evidence of unmet expectations. Mr. Njovo emphasized that opposition remains active and strong, contrary to Simowe's claims. He asserted that citizens are eager for political change and that his party is prepared to provide credible checks and balances.
Regards the statement that the UPND is making that there's no opposition, I think they're just trying to comfort themselves. Otherwise, I think on the ground it's quite clear that people don't have nothing to do with the UPND come 2026 next year. People have resolved to remove them from power because of their failures to fulfill their campaign promises. People were looking at the basic issues that they are supposed to attend to, such as load shedding, which has worsened from the 4 hours from the time they took office to about 19 hours, and others still have load shedding for 3 days, 5 days. So there's nothing that has improved. If you talk about the price of fuel, the price of fuel is still high compared to where they found it. If you talk about the price of meal, it's still high. And if you talk about high levels of unemployment, I think the youths are also not happy with them. This is the same careless statement that Goliath was making.
We'll take a break. When we come back, sports news.
Win namamuli 1 million na ABSA. Play your cards right, Muntu Andy, and you could win big. Simply tap or swipe any of your ABSA cards 5 times in a month, and you could be one of 10 lucky winners to take home a cheap 10-pin in monthly prizes or walk away with a grand prize of 250,000 kwacha. Chaliroku, and you cannot afford to not get lucky. Use your ABSA card to enter the draw. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
Imagine having the financial freedom to live life on your terms. With the ABSA Ultimate Plus account, you can manage your finances, save for the future, and access personal loans. Plus, enjoy travel insurance, a credit card, and retrenchment cover when the unexpected happens. If that's not value, I don't know what is. Let's help you write the next chapter of your ultimate story. Call 5950 to open an Ultimate Plus account today.
Your story matters. ABSA.
Eden University Women's Super League champions Zescondola Girls have confirmed the signing of defender Esther Mochinga on a 2-year permanent deal. Mochinga joins the Ndola-based side as a free agent following the expiry of her contract with Zanaco Ladies last month. She becomes the second confirmed addition to the squad after the unveiling of Copper Queens goalkeeper Hezon Nali as the team intensifies preparations for the upcoming CAF Women's Champions League COSAFA qualifiers. In a statement, the club also announced the acquisition of midfielder Abigail Munkombwe from Choma Warriors following a successful agreement with her former club. Zescondola Girls head coach William Zulu has expressed confidence in his team's ability to compete favorably in the regional tournament. Zulu has emphasized the importance of winning the Southern African competition and called on fans to rally behind the team in its quest to secure the maiden COSAFA title. Now, as we leave the headlines once again. The Mokoni Royal Establishment has refuted circulating reports suggesting that this year's traditional ceremony, scheduled for July 25th and 26th, has been postponed or cancelled. The Liquid Petroleum Gas LPG Association has announced a sharp rise in household gas usage across Zambia, with national consumption reaching 14,000 metric tons in 2024. 3 non-governmental organizations have joined forces to launch the Earthworks Project, a nationwide initiative aimed at addressing pollution in the Kafue and Lufubu Rivers water sources, critical to thousands of Zambians across the Copperbelt and beyond. Eden University Women's Super League champions, Zescon Dollar Girls, have confirmed the signing of defender Esther Muchinga on a 2-year permanent deal. On behalf of the entire news team, my name is Imelda Chukwati. Stay tuned to Sun FM Radio and TV. God bless.
Sun FM.
A comprehensive coverage of local and national news, business, politics, and sports. The Sun FM News was brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.